So how you guys been doing? It's Aquawizard.
Been doing Aquawizard.
Pretty chill Aquawizard life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We were just playing some Aquawizard songs. Not more than maybe 1 hour ago.
Practicing some stuff.
How did that go? What have you guys been practicing?
It went good.
Just went through the whole all the stuff.
Actually, we practiced the synth ISOs with click tracks.
Cool.
And we did them kind of in the quadrants, broke them up and stuff. But yeah, we hit everything and like tried to play with just the clicks and the synths so that we could focus the structure more and make sure we because there were obviously times when we would get lost and be like, oh, there's an extra thing here, but it just helps to do that. But yeah, it went pretty well overall though.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Cool.
It's pretty solid.
We worked on the Brad Stank drop D riff one quite a bit because Andrew wasn't as familiar with it, of like the structure of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we made a lot of progress on that.
Yeah, did a lot.
He had started coming up with some cool ideas for the bass on it and stuff. So
yeah, that was one I needed to practice the most. So we worked on that and that was good.
That's the one that goes like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's figuring out where the chorus and bridge changes are and everything, and worked on that. So it's pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty successful overall, I'd say.
Yeah.
Cool.
It did go well.
Yeah, we had there's been a bunch of activity this week. We got a bunch of notes, so I guess we can just kind of dive into some notes, I guess.
Let's do it.
Oh, I love notes.
Notes are the best, I guess. So these are the notes I have that we talked about this last time and we were going to talk about it again this time. And I think that was one of like our big priorities, which was, Mark was like, hey, what should be our priorities? Like, what should we focus on? And we were like, probably like a 4-song EP. That might be like, instead of like a full-length album, we could try to focus on just doing like a bite-sized version of that. Yeah.
Boy, I think that's a good idea.
And I think the big question is like, which 4 songs should we do?
Yeah.
I would probably say if I had to pick, like for the range of songs that we have, it'd probably be Seahorsin' Around, Coraline, Peppermint Wind, and No Shark Fins. I think those would be, if I had to cast a vote, I'd probably pick those.
Okay.
I feel like those are strong. I feel like those songs are really strong, and they're very well rehearsed, and they have a good Aquawizard sound to them. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the ones I'd probably vote for. Those are I'm down to do any of them. But
that would be like that's all killer, no filler in that one.
Yeah.
I also I like how I think Peppermint Wind should absolutely be in there because it shows our darker stuff, but it's still like it's still got like a catchy, riff to it in the beginning. It shows like a lot of changes. But I think Seahorsin' Around and Coraline are like really like fun, and they've got that like good sound to it. So yeah, I'd be down with anything, but I like those. Like those have always like stood out to me as really strong. Like if an EP were to come out and you heard, like I would be the most proud to show those people those 4 songs. I'd be like, these songs are like Aquawizard, represent us really well, I think.
Yeah, this is the sound.
I think they've
you guys
specifically songs that have gone through a number of iterations and have been improved upon for a long period of time. So they are more put together just because they've had a lot more work done on them over time.
Yeah, very refined. Yeah,
we have a lot of songs that are there, but like aren't full songs yet, or have lyrics 100% yet.
Yeah. I wonder, Sean, do you know like how many we have that are like pretty much full songs and how many are like still not?
Nebulous.
I feel like it's maybe half and half, but I feel like we're getting closer though to...
Earlier today, I did make a list of here are all of the like songs that are pretty much done, and then songs that have like a pretty big to-do list. And I've got about 8 songs in the pretty much done category.
Nice.
And that leaves about like 8 or 9 or however many songs we have left.
I think it would be 8 or 9.
Yeah. So
cool.
I mean, and 8 songs is I wrote down that's 2 EPs worth. Which we don't have to do, but I'm just saying.
That's true.
It's a lot of we have a lot more material than I think initially we thought. Maybe I don't know.
Honestly, like even like I was even thinking like coming up with like the washed up song that could be in a totally different album. Like it wouldn't even have to be like I'm just thinking like some of these songs that we're practicing may not even necessarily need to be in like that could be saved to be sanded down more like some of these other songs. Like there's lots of bands that just kind of are like, I like it, but let's sit on it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly open to doing that with any of the songs that are like, if I don't want to feel pressure to like, let's make this a song and then we're not happy with it. I'd rather be like, let's sit on it and like keep working on it. And, if we need to save it for later, then, it'll come then. But, I don't feel like we should like try to rush any songs if we, don't think we have them or, don't want to try to make them into, make it into something,
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm open.
Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that because you mentioned that and my brain was like, the 4 songs you mentioned are basically the 4 songs that we have sat on for a long time.
Right. Yeah, and it sounds like they've been polished.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I really like. Like I really like listening to the earlier demos of those songs and what we've done with them now because they, like even with me playing the bass on them, I've changed some stuff here on them, and like the more I play it, the more polished it sounds. But that could be the case for songs that we're playing that aren't polished. Like maybe a few years from now they'll be polished, or maybe next week. I don't know, but just being open to maybe they'll get polished another time, as we develop, that's totally normal and like band stuff. And I'm down either way. If we want to try to like push it, be like, let's make these songs that we don't have, like turn them into something. I think we could do that. But
we were playing Peppermint Wind earlier today, and we were like, this is one that we should not touch this anymore.
Yeah.
It was like,
this is good.
This feels like, everything feels like really perfect.
Yeah. There's those songs just don't feel like they need like any more editing. it's no notes, no revisions, like that. Those songs get put into the done bucket. That's how I feel about them anyway. Like I think they're really strong as is. So
yeah,
totally.
But I mean,
so I assume those 4 songs that Andrew mentioned are probably on your list of 8 songs that we mostly have completed. What are the other 4 songs on that list?
Yes, great observation. So the other songs on that list are, I do think Surf Groove is in a good spot because it kind of serves it serves a function of kind of being like a really fun song. It's an introduction of an album song. I think it's fine where it's at. Like it probably doesn't need lyrics, and unless you guys really want to do lyrics with it, but
honestly, man, I don't really know.
I don't either.
Yeah,
it does work well. Like if you can think of a good thing, we'll try it. But if not, it's good. Like I'm open to whatever. But
yeah,
it's a nice little intro song. Yeah, feels good.
I'll leave a note. Further expansion. Like
that depends. Can you go fuck yourself?
Brad's on that soundboard.
Please.
Sorry.
Honestly, I'd say keep going, man. Keep going.
Just yep.
Yeah, that's a good. Go for
Load it up.
Taking care of the important business here.
Of course, naturally. But yeah, so I agree. That one's, it's either it's at a good spot or it could be expanded upon. But the other songs, I feel like I Am Singing a Song is it's almost there. Man. I think maybe just wrapping up the lyrics. But I would also be okay with letting that one sit for a while. So
are you not going to sing about smoking a bong today, or are you going to sing that? The world needs to know.
I like it, but
I personally like it.
I would say any songs that we think about sitting on, we just highlight, and then if we're all feeling like we could sit on it, I would say wait.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why I'm saying that is because we are very confident in 4 songs, and I wouldn't, unless we're just as confident with any other songs as we are with those, then I think they should be sat on.
That's fair.
You should feel just as strongly about the songs that we're going to make in this album as strong as we do as the 4 that we really like. I think that's the
it's a good feeling to strive for.
If we're I'm Singing a Song sounds like, Coraline, Seahorse, and Around, then yes, that's done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That could be kind of
it's a good benchmark.
Yeah, is this as good as those songs? And if it's not quite there yet, then...
I would say, though, that song is pretty... I feel like that song is pretty completed. But a few ornamental things you may want to change or whatever, but the structure of it and everybody's parts are kind of locked in.
Is that the one... Is I Am Singing a Song the one that gets weird and experimental eventually?
It does have a minor part at the end.
Outro
breakdowns.
That's the Drown riff one. That doesn't really have a name.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Because I like that one. It feels weirdly proggy and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like the little screams that you do in the live recording.
It's very.
We were saying that we should all be screaming different stuff at that point,
that'd be cool,
and just kind of make it
interesting,
all crazy and stuff. That might be something that we could try.
I'm gonna write down that idea. I could orchestrate that. It'd be some counterpoint.
Mm-hmm. Just either that or it's just an improvisational whatever you're feeling that day.
Sure, yeah. Expressionist. Although sometimes expressionist music is very notated, exact, even though it sounds like you're just freaking out.
Yeah,
it's super precise.
Yeah.
Ironic.
Yeah,
it's an extra layer of stress because you're I literally can't tell if I'm playing this correctly because it just sounds like cacophony anyway. So,
I like the
I like the kitchen lighter. That's very practical.
My other lighter just ran out today, so
yeah.
No.
But yeah,
I've definitely used a kitchen light before.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that. What are the other songs?
The other song. Okay, so blah blah blah. The Teal Leaves.
Teal Leaves. Yeah, that's a good one. I think Wanter's pretty good. Wanter's got a good. That seems like a good that's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Was that was the last one then? So
yeah, did you have that one or no?
I did.
Yeah, Wanter is definitely.
I always thought Wanter had a good. Even the demo of it that you guys sent sounded pretty complete.
That could be a potential
closer
EP one or something.
Yeah, if we had to fight and throw down on all the tracks, that would be a contender.
Yeah,
I would say depending on where you'd want Wanter to fall in the album, I know that someone mentioned that might be a closer song.
Yeah.
I personally like it when EPs don't have their closers in it. or like ender songs.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Just like you're saving some,
I think Sean was thinking that would be like the penultimate track.
Yeah, I think that should be out of
on the album.
Yeah, that I am a big fan of saving those for the album. Like this is a good song towards the end. Like,
oh, I see what you're saying.
Like
yes.
Radiohead did that with Bending Hectic, and I was like really bothered by it. That would have been so much better if they just would have waited on that album. Like that would have been such a good surprise. But we have so many strong songs in the beginning. Like, I don't know. I just think it's got a good like tone to it. And it also shows flashes of like minor jams, that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Like in Peppermint Wind.
Getting people ready for the new sounds.
And in No Shark Fins, like that hard jam that we do at the end.
Yeah.
So it's like we kind of show the bright stuff and the darker, heavier stuff in 4 songs,
Yeah.
We showcase those things.
So maybe we should consider that the EP should have like half bright, half dark as a little teaser of how the album would be.
Right. Yeah.
It's a mini wave.
We're giving people a taste of what to expect,
a sampler.
Tone wise.
Yeah, it is like a little sampler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you buy the 12-pack, you have a flight of samplers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And these 4 samplers should all taste very surfy.
Yeah. Surfalicious.
Yes.
Very wizard.
Sea salt? Is that sea salt?
Yeah.
That's
a wizard beard. There's a man's facial hair in here.
Mine smells like fucking rotten fish.
No,
it smells like rotten fish.
That's wizard beard.
It's a little pissy too. That's kind of not good.
It's kind of gamey.
This is just straight vinegar.
What do you think?
What do you think?
You like it? Do you like it?
Is it good?
Don't answer that. But yeah, I'd be cool with those 4 songs or whatever, if you guys have any other ones.
Really? Yeah, most of any of those like 8 songs I'm cool with.
Yeah, those are all we could all easily put that on the EP and it would sound good.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I like the idea of a nice nice sampler, 4 songs, upbeat songs, but also dark, and then save kind of because Teal Leaves is a little bit of a ballad at first. Even though Through is kind of ready, and we have a bunch of, we could slap that together pretty fast. I do think we would want to play that some more, and it's not totally ready to go. And it's a slow song-ish, slowish, down-tempo. So, yeah. I feel
like the 80s song is kind of close, right? Like,
true.
I feel like it's close, but I wouldn't say it's as close as like what Peppermint Wind is, or It's I don't know. Like I don't know what's missing from it, but I just don't feel that completeness that
I agree.
Maybe that's just where it takes more time to mess with it. I just think it's a time thing of like, maybe this would be cool. I think it sounds good right now, but I don't know. I feel like it could sound better, but I don't quite know yet what that is. And I feel like you hear different versions of earlier songs where they change. It's like, a few months later, they're like, this is a better version. You're like, okay. Like, I'd be fine to sit on an 80s song, man. If we want to sit on an 80s song for however long, I'm down to sit on anything for the sake of sounding better later. So I'm in no hurry to do any like push out.
That one I feel like is basically in the same boat as I Am Singing a Song, where it's like the idea is there. We have a form that we can play through and it works, but it needs better lyrics. Maybe we need to do something with the form to kind of get it to lock in, because it does feel like it's missing something, or maybe that could come together in the lyric arrangement or something.
I'm down with any experiment versions. We could do weird versions of the song. when I do videos, a lot of times if I'm like, I have like a timeline that I really like, but I'm not quite feeling it, I'll copy it and just make a weird version where I'm like, no matter what, like I'll just make a weird version. Like we could do that with any of these songs. We're like, let's try a really weird version and record it, and maybe something will come out of that we can apply to the one that we like. Yeah. And that happens a lot. Like when I'm stuck on something, I'm like, I'm not quite sure. This video is not quite slapping. I'll make a weird version and then find something to apply that was missing. So I'm just saying we could make weird versions of these songs where we're experimenting with like different bits that might be helpful down the road to make it more complete, maybe.
Yeah. I found out I found out the chord that we're playing is like a D major chord with a B flat chord on top, because I'm going. And so it's this big fat chord. So I did update some of the charts. And on that one, I decided, I'm going to put the full chord on here just to... So, but yeah, there could be some little variation in the song, because I feel like it's just like, that a whole bunch, and maybe one... I know I wrote that like other part. It changes the key a little bit.
The bridge.
Yeah, the bridge.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Maybe after the bridge, there could be like a quiet part or something, and then it goes back to the
yeah, we need a quiet part in that song. That'd be cool. Some like
80s, cool, quiet 80s,
and then like a
atmosphere,
like a horror movie, 80s horror movie. Just have a part where it's just hi-hat,
and like the bass is gone here.
Yeah, it's like a synth.
It's just Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe taking it away and then bringing it back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that could help it. Like, so it doesn't sound so monotonous throughout. Like we could take out, a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Mark, pull it back and then
slap it back on. Maybe.
Yeah, it might be fun to try to play around with.
Yeah, we'll have a bass drop part, and then it'll build up. Boom.
Because I do a slide in the beginning of the song, so I could do that when I come in.
Yeah, you do a slide in
from the breakdown. Yeah. I could do the same thing,
That would be cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Except cooler.
I'm down. I think that's a good idea.
I play it in different tuning on that one, so.
Oh yeah, I remember you said you have to like tune your guitar differently for that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's easier to bring a whole second guitar in that tuning or to do the tuning. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's hard to play. I don't want to play that.
Yeah,
just use that other guitar.
Looks uncomfortable.
The other guitar, I just play this.
I'd say it's worth it.
Yeah,
just take the guitar.
Totally worth it.
Well, I was just playing power chords, so mine's pretty difficult too.
Well, you're playing kind of sixths.
Am I? Or am I thinking of the wrong song? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Never mind. My brain was on a different song.
Yeah, you just
You're right,
completely reharmonized the song. You're just like, we're not going to play any of the chords that Sean came up with. I'm going to play this. Yeah. I was like, that sounds great. Let's do it.
It sounds cool. It does sound.
It all sounds cool together. So well, I like
it. I was getting frustrated because I keep my brain doesn't necessarily work in regular chords because that's not how I learned how to play guitar.
Yeah.
So the real way for me to learn how to play the song and write something for the song was just listen to it and try and play something to it and see what sounded interesting to me. That's really all I did.
You just gotta play what sounds good.
It's just
I mean, that's pretty instinctual. So
it's pretty cool.
And we got a cool chord out of it.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have never had that otherwise.
Very unique.
To do notes, so a lot of my stuff is instinctual, just whatever pops into my head.
Just play the right tempo.
Yeah.
Imagine if we changed tempos every measure. That would be tough.
That would be tough.
Probably wouldn't sound too good.
You have to like nail each time like the tempo that changes. Yeah. Like that's that'd be really hard.
Yeah. Skip that. Let's see. So I have a big list of songs with to-dos. Maybe we could go through that. Is that productive? Fun?
Sure.
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
Like some point in our meeting, we should talk about the podcast, like video stuff. Because I thought of an idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that one of your? I'm sure that's
is that I saw it in the Discord and I was like, I thought of an idea that I'd at least like to throw out in this meeting at some point. We don't have to do it about right now.
Actually,
I did have an idea that.
What was really on my list was going over like which 4 songs. So I think we're pretty much in agreement. The 4 songs Andrew listed, like maybe we can take a week to think about it, but those 4 songs are really good. And then I was just like, well, I've got this other list over here. So what I actually was going to talk about next was YouTube stuff. So,
okay, cool.
Boom. Mark mentioned last week those old promos that we have on YouTube. I've updated the titles on them since then. So they're clear that they're like, this is the old decade version of these songs and the videos. So... and I put up some like ideas for YouTube podcast video things, but I'm really shitty with video. So to me they look cool, but I want to hear your ideas, Andrew.
Oh yeah, it's pretty kind of much what Mark was mentioning. Like I think what might be kind of cool, like, is to in the Aquawizard test videos that I did of Seahorsing Around, like where it shows the credits.
Mm-hmm.
I think what might be kind of cool is if I just take the spinning sun GIF or whatever, and then have a different color background with a different Aquawizard picture, and that could just be like the video that plays with like the sound bars that you have.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, so right now for me, I'm like, I've got like a lot of video stuff I have to do. Like, I've got a lot of other like video projects going on, and it would be very difficult for me to like handle that. But what I could do is basically make a ton of different versions of that, like tons of different pictures and color backgrounds, and make like 10-minute clips or something and put them on the Google Drive. And if you would be able to download them, like, and, you know, like if you could export out the podcast, you could take that sequence and just copy it to however long the podcast would be.
Yep.
Like in, you know, episode, whatever. But it'd be just kind of a fast thing where we'd have a consistent like imagery with like the little spinny sun GIF, or like, I don't know, just something kind of simple that has some movement to it. But we could also use that as social posts if we wanted to. Like,
true.
You know, hey, that could be a 5-second clip of like, maybe we start posting on something more, and we would have the same clip. You know, and I don't know, Sean, like I could write I could just make a ton of different ones. It's like episode 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. Or if you had the font, you wanted to type that in, I don't know.
Yeah.
I could pre-make the text things of just like, hey, here's episodes, like out to like episode 30, like just make a ton of different versions of that.
I could do if somebody teaches me how to do font correctly, I can do the titling because I have Adobe Premiere, but I literally I just pick like the first font that looks correct, so I don't know like
okay, hold on, really
which
quick.
one.
I have the font, so what I can do is let me make a template of like Aquawizard Podcast template, and I'll send it. I'll try to do that this week.
Okay.
Where it's like, here's like
send the Premiere file.
Yeah.
I could if you'd want the Premiere file, but I'd have to send all of my media. Well,
whatever's easiest. I don't know.
It would probably be easier for me just to make a quick template and then send it out on the Discord and be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Like Aquawizard Podcast, it's be very simple. Like Aquawizard Podcast episode 10, like, you know, with the picture and thing. And if everyone's like, that looks good, I'll basically take that same text template, change the picture, change the color solid behind it, and then make like a ton of those, like, just bust a bunch out.
Sure.
And then any podcast that we do, like you could just grab those and then export. Like you should be able to export that out in Premiere pretty easily, like you did with the other podcast. But I think I could probably do that without getting too overwhelmed with. I've got a lot of video things I'm doing right now, and it's quite a bit of. It's a lot.
Yeah. And it takes up so much time.
Early. I know. I'm like having to get up early to edit like videos, and yeah, it's a bunch. But dang. I think I could probably do that. Like, just take a few hours and just try to bust out as many like episodes like out as I could, and so anytime we record a podcast, you could grab the next one down that you used before, and then just copy that.
Yeah. Because
if you wanted to do that,
totally. Yeah, because I did do some experiments, and I just went ahead and posted some stuff on YouTube for the first 7 episodes or something. So, but yeah, that should make it a lot easier because I had to like actually work on it, and if all I have to do is just like update the title.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll try
or something easy, or like loop it. I could. That's easy. I could do that.
If you want to add sound bars, like you were experimenting with kind of recording your equipment, it's like your cat and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like you could maybe put a video inside that frame.
Yeah.
Like have the background with the sun GIF and the title, and then have like a video that's smaller, playing that stuff too.
Yeah.
But if you want, Sean, like the first couple episodes, like I'll take like this week to make a mock-up.
Okay.
And I'll put it on the Discord, and if everyone's like, yeah, that's like a good layout, like it's going to be a pretty simple layout to like what we saw in the Aqua, like the Seahorse and Around test stuff. But if everyone's like, yeah, that's good, like I like the layout for that, like thumbs up, I'll make like 5 versions, like 5 episodes worth of stuff, and I'll make sure each timeline's about 10 minutes long. So, if we record an hour-long podcast, you'll just have to copy that video 6 times. Like it'll be, Control V.
Yeah.
But the text will be in that file, so you won't have to, Aquawizard Podcast episode, bang. You won't have to do any text stuff. You'll really just have to export it out and upload it to YouTube. And then like on Google Drive, I'll have like episode 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like named in the files, just so, you can grab the next one down.
Mm-hmm.
Like we could start like that and see if it worked, if it's pretty easy. Like I'd like to just make you a file that you can just copy into the timeline and then export it pretty quickly. Like,
Yeah. That sounds no problem. That sounds like that'll work great.
Let me I'll make a note here of like, I'll send like a still image with like the Coraline like thing. I'll just send like a screenshot of like, hey, what do you think? Like,
that'd be cool.
What should the text say? It should say, whatever the podcast name, and then the episode number. Would you want like the title of the episode? Because sometimes you have like funny titles for the episodes.
Well, I wouldn't do. if you title the episode, I would
ahead of time.
Yeah. I wouldn't be able to pre-name them, so I would.
But Sean could add it
if you wanted to. Yeah, you
as
could
a font or title.
Yeah, as long as I know what font to use.
I can show you the font. I'll put the font file. It's a free font that Brad found on
okay.
I think it's it's on Google Fonts. Brad will know this.
All right.
It's a free download on Google Fonts.
Nice.
Just a heads up, watch out for typing in all caps because some of the letters look the same.
Oh, okay.
I like messing around with font stuff, so I always test out to see there's always some letters that don't look right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'll make a note to make a template test thing, and I'll send it out, and then we'll have everyone look at it. Give me your changes by the end of the week, and then I'll send something out.
Cool. Nice.
And speaking of that, we should probably figure out what the podcast should be called.
Yeah, that would be helpful for the title. We should the Aquawizard podcast. I mean, I don't know.
The Aquawizardcast.
Yeah,
there's AWZRD podcast, which
I like the branding of it. Yeah,
I like the way that it sounds, AWZRD. But seeing it written out like that, I was like, oh, that looks like a wizard.
A wizard.
A wizard. I hadn't thought of that before, but AWZRD sounds really good. That's like a radio station thing. But
yeah, I don't mind AQWZRD. It's just an extra syllable.
But at that point, you're so close to just spelling Aquawizard.
True. It could be Q Wizard. I don't know. QWCRD.
Yeah. Would it be better branding to just have the full name in there so people know that that's the band name?
Yeah.
That may make it more. Yeah.
I don't know. It is officially the Aquawizardcast, and Aquawizardcast is one word, and the is part of the official Apple Podcast name or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's on Spotify and stuff?
The Aquawizardcast.
Okay.
I think we should just call it that then.
It sounds fine.
Aquawizard capital cast?
No, isn't it all one word? Aquawizardcast.
All one word, and only the A is capitalized.
Okay. I have another question, Sean.
Okay.
What would be the best file format to send you these videos? Is it a 1920 by 1080? Or
I usually just pick whatever 1080 preset there is, and I've been working with MP4, but I don't know if that's it's working with compressed.
No, an MP4 is a standard. You'll get those; they'll all be MP4s.
Okay.
I just didn't know if you 1920 by 1080 or 720p or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, 1080.
Okay.
That works.
So, okay. I'm sorry, I'm just writing down notes here.
That's cool.
Okay.
So then, Brad, could you update maybe one of those pictures that you made, which is very cool, to say the Aquawizardcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sort of waiting for that. So they're just kind of chilling, waiting for an actual 100%.
Yeah.
Name.
Yeah. Very cool, though. I like
the
stuff.
Looks of it, dude. It's very nice.
And I think it really stands out, especially the most recent orange one.
I like the orange and the green and yellow together like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Those colors really.
Yeah.
I was telling Mark another cool color combo could be a pink and white, or a sunsetty look, a 90s, the 90s sunset, they're kind of
well, you'd have
they're
to
kind of desaturated,
blue.
Yeah, some blues in there, some purples,
Mm-hmm.
yellows are big, those are big, but they're kind of I think they're kind of desaturated colors that make the 90s, or they could be super bright versions too. I've seen both things.
Sure. Soft.
Those could be cool. softer like tones.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Brad, is the eye that you made in the trident, is that like the gem stone that like wizards have in their staffs?
That was the idea.
That's like where the magic comes out of.
That's a great idea.
Nice.
That is pretty good.
I noticed on the drive, Brad had a hilarious picture. Where so we have our Discord server image that has like a little wizard looking into a crystal ball.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And Brad has this.
Yes, I think I saw that. Yeah, it's the butt.
And I was just like, at first I was looking at it and I was like, it's in your Brad stuff. It's EF4.
That's where I put it.
And I was like, man, that wizard. At first I didn't.
Oh, that'll be a podcast image. For sure.
They like changed the wizard's face to be like,
At first I didn't see the bottom of the image and I was just like, what's going on? Why is he so happy? What's he looking at? And then I looked down at the bottom of the image and I'm like, oh.
He's like, oh yeah.
So that's the orb I can get down.
Gosh.
What was the QR code thing that you had made?
Oh, it's a QR code to Spotify.
Spotify.
Oh,
Nice. Getting legit on the platforms.
Yeah, I listened to our stuff on Spotify the other day. Sounds great. Sounds good.
Nice.
I liked our channel. And so we're on it with it.
Like and subscribe to our
channel. Like, subscribe.
You got one follower right here.
Heck yeah. Got to build that audience. Even if that initially is just ourselves.
Got to start somewhere, so.
Yeah.
It's like, we only have 3 followers. Guys, who's not following?
Brad, why are you not?
Step up.
He's like, I just don't like it.
I just haven't really been into it lately.
I'm not really a fan.
It's not good.
Are you for real? This is how we find out.
Work and pleasure.
Like, this is not fun.
I've got to say, Megan is very impatient for a new episode to come out. like
here we are delivering
all the way through, and she's like, "Is there more? Is there more?" I'm like, no, that's hilarious. I want more. Like, that is the nicest thing anybody's ever said to
me. Yes. Yeah, we got to build up that content so that people have a mountain to climb.
Yeah. Just got to keep on delivering. Mm-hmm. Delivering the goods.
Yep.
Which I think we're getting there. Yep. So yeah. But yeah, just to make sure we're on the same page with the whole podcast video thing, I did. So the ones that I made, and I did put them on YouTube, but they're unlisted currently. Does anybody have a problem with just using those for like I think I've got like the first 7 or 8.
I think you could just post those.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it. I mean,
okay, that's fine. Yeah,
it's cool with me.
Yeah,
like
we can start it going forward if you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool. It'll take me a little bit to come up with the things, but I mean, I think it'd probably be easier to just push out the first one so you don't have to go back into the things and mess with them. Just
cool.
So we're still pretty early in the podcast stuff, so I think it's okay.
Yeah, once we get the first,
you slowed down the one video, like you just slowed it down to the whole
less copy and pasting that I had to do.
You just like slow it to this time and done. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. It was interesting because at first I tried one of the slowdown presets is like, I forget what it's called, but it's basically like fill in the gap, and it just tries to like make it up, and it looked really weird, like because we were strumming and like I'd strum and it'd be like a weird like echo of my hand going down, and at first I was like, this is really cool, but then after I watched it for a couple minutes, I was like, I am so distracted by this. I am not paying attention to the podcast at all. Like, it's so distracting to see this like weird, blurry, artifacty video. Like, I thought it would be really cool at first, and then I was just like, it's so distracting that it's not worth it. So,
yeah.
So I like the slow down thing. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I switched to it's like frame sampling. That's a different kind of slow down effect or whatever. But,
yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down if you want to unlist that, like, post those.
Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I just figured just throw them out there and then keep blasting forward with new content.
Yep.
Sweet.
So yeah, start your stuff at
whatever episode that we're making now.
This in my stuff, I'm considering this episode 9.
Okay.
So
I would say episode. So I'll just make a note here to say I'll just call this episode 9, and I'll plan to have this episode visual thing done by the end of the week, if that's cool. Like, hey, here's what the template looks like, and then episode 9 will start that series of. They're going to be. I'll make them just 10 minutes. Like, everything will be 10 minutes.
Nice. That sounds good.
If our podcast hits an hour every time, it should be a nice clean thing, and then you just trim out that end, and know. But
that sounds easy.
Yeah, it should be very easy. Like, I'll make everything in there. So
cool.
And if there's also I want to say, if you guys have any other good Aquawizard pictures, like any good imagery that you find, send it to on the drop or on the Google Drive, because those will be pictures for eventual episodes. Like, I'm going to run out of pictures at some point, so
sweet.
Yeah, keep adding stuff in there for me to use.
Sweet. Duly noted. Cool. So we were talking about YouTube stuff. We've got some YouTube stuff talked about. Then the official acronym confusion. I think in terms of the podcast name, just the Aquawizardcast, but our official acronym, that's a good question, what we should do. But we can always circle back to that if we need to.
What are Andrew's thoughts on this?
On the acronym?
What should the acronym for Aquawizard be?
AW.
That's one of them.
Well, when I write notes in my phone for Aquawizard, I have my phone is full of notes of different stuff, and I always end up making acronyms for them. And Aquawizard in my phone notes is AW.
I mean, it makes sense. It
doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that at all.
I mean, that's what the Trident is, and
the whole logo is just AW.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only thing is that I brought up, maybe it was last time, or I don't know. It doesn't make sense because it's not 2 words.
Yeah, I mean.
And then we got on the whole thing about how certain acronyms can do that and stuff.
That was a diatribe.
Right.
Yeah.
Look. Technically, you guys are right, but I think you're right. But I just
are we just gonna roll through it?
I think for branding's sake, it makes more sense because it matches our logo, and it would just make sense, even though technically it's not exactly correct.
An A by itself, just Aquawizard, if we represented Aquawizard with just an A logo.
That's not enough.
It doesn't feel right.
That's just the letter A.
Even if the letter A resembles a wizard's hat.
No. The W is key in the trident. I mean, the W is like my vote would be AW.
Well,
but I'm open to being outvoted on this. Well, if I get outvoted, that's okay.
I have to say, while I do agree with Andrew, I do feel like he's pretty biased towards AW, given that that's like the first and last letter of Andrew's name. So we just have to account for that bias.
Well, can I just say something really quick?
So,
I love my name, and I'd like to see as many letters as possible in the projects I'm involved in.
Yes, that's true.
So when we said Aquawizard, the first thing I thought of was how many letters of my name are in Aquawizard.
How many letters are not in both?
And it starts with A and ends with W. Like, it's just
look. Yeah, I'm super biased. I think Andrew should count as half a person in this vote. I think that's the only fair thing to do.
That's
okay. Yeah. Just a little bias offset.
That'll work.
So agreeable. I'm glad how we can just all get along with these decisions, even if we're really screwing somebody over.
Like our logo is just the letter O. Like, is that a circle? Like, no, it's O.
Maybe we should disagree more.
Like, no, it's the letter O. Like, it looks like a circle.
The letter O.
See the difference between O and circle. Oh my god.
Designed by committee.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Also, the longer you make the acronym, the less worth it is to write it as an acronym.
True.
You just might as well.
Yeah. I mean,
diminishing returns.
Yeah. AW is pretty succinct, but also A is the most succinct also.
True. Yeah, and I think the side tangent we took last week was like, right. Yeah, we mentioned the acronym thing. But yeah, just as clarification, like AW, like A and W root. I think that was the thing where like, are we going to get, in a situation with A and W root beer or, anything like that?
Well, okay. So this is kind of interesting, but when I usually at my old job, we were changing logos and we were trying to figure out. So we had a lawyer that we talked with about like, we found a company name that sounded very close to another company name. And the lawyer would always come back with saying, we are not competing with them. Like, we're not in the same industry and we're not in the same business at all. And apparently that's like a first pass of like, we're not calling ourselves A&W.
Sure.
Okay, let's not count out root beer, but I'm just saying potential revenue stream.
Well, okay, we could get into that, but I'm just saying, like, if we had AW, I would be really surprised if A&W root beer came down on us with like a cease and honestly, that would just stun me.
Please stop writing songs about how root beer tastes bad. Please start writing songs about how root beer tastes good.
Give us money and we will.
I feel like they're threatening us.
By the way, shout out to A&W Root Beer.
Yeah, give us your money. Root Beer. Great sponsors.
I guess that means we don't get to do our line of artisanal root beers.
Yeah.
A&W is actually working on their own artisanal root beers. A&W is working on their own line right now, and we're excited to debut it once it comes out as Aquawizard. So new more things to come on that.
Ready to partner on. Yep. Ready to partner.
Ready to partner.
I'm excited for the the Mexican chocolate root beer that's coming out. There's some chilies in it. I'm just giving you a sneak peek.
Nice.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Good. Ginger root beer. Pretty wild. A lot of extra ginger. So
okay.
Some exciting ones to
Are there any herbal root beers?
Lavender root beer and rosemary.
So nice.
That should be a pretty good one. And then my favorite, Thanksgiving turkey. So I wonder what that one's going to taste like.
Damn.
And it's also vegan, so it's going to taste like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Oh, I've always
no meat products in there.
Nice.
So that's kind of interesting. So
it's very inclusive.
How did you get the flavor?
I did. A&W did. Yeah, that's not. I didn't do this.
Oh.
This is A&W's are the line.
Okay. This is not A&W root beer.
A&W. They are sponsoring. We are going to be selling that.
This is really not helping our case of not getting those two things confused.
Yes.
Maybe we should let's just move on.
I think we're muddying the waters there.
Yeah, we should just not be involved in the root beer.
Yeah, let's stay out of the root beer industry.
Okay.
All right. I think we all agree now.
All right. You win this time, capitalism. What else? I did look up online. What if we wanted to release for real media? And I remembered CD Baby is a platform that we would have to work out like the legal terms, but they basically what you do is you can upload. They make it easy to do digital distribution and get on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. So that could be a thing if we felt like we're ready to do the CD, and then we can agree amongst each other, the songwriting rights, or we'll just split all the stuff up evenly or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So just kind of trying to think ahead because
it's published. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if we want to look into other options, I mean, we could actually. Something I'm interested in is just kind of I would look at their CD Baby. I would look at their terms and be like, okay, what part of the rights do they have, or are they just a service and they don't have any rights over the music? How does that work? But we could look at other options for because we have the song rights, but then we also have the recording rights, and we just want to make sure everybody's on the same page with if we get music royalties or whatever, we split that penny correctly and all that. So.
Yeah. Right. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yep.
But that might be just a little bit more research zone. But yeah, CD Baby, I'll look into that. And maybe some other stuff.
Nice.
Cool.
Because I would be totally just to make all the songs easy, I would be fine with splitting songwriting rights among the four of us for all the songs, because it gets really complicated really fast.
You wrote a lot of songs though. I didn't write shit.
Well,
I didn't write anything.
The bass.
I feel kind of guilty. Taking this songwriting credit.
I have always wondered that with music though, is how does the person that writes the bass line doesn't write it? It's not part of the writing. It makes the song what it is.
Yeah.
But I sort of also understand they kind of separate songwriting into just lyrics and chords. Basically.
Yeah. It kind of comes down to how well could your lawyer in court prove that you wrote those lyrics and chords and melody is the other thing too. It's actually getting really, really hard for them to prove that nowadays. And there's more and more legal cases where they're music it's all the same 12 notes. There's only so many notes that you can play.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to have copyright on songs sometimes. So,
yeah. You literally copied my song.
Yeah. Or other times they're I've literally never heard this song that you claim that I've copied, and we both came up with the same song. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh yeah.
You're right.
So
total ignorance card.
Yeah.
Yep.
But so it's a little funky, but so I think the vibes that I've picked up is the reason most bands sign with a record label is because they would rather get paid money then have to think about how they're going to split up their rights, and they just let the record label take care of all of that and have their lawyers just write up the contracts. And if you have a really good like personal lawyer or you have like a manager or whatever, you can like negotiate the contract terms. But most people are just like, I want to get paid a lot of money, and they'll just accept the contract terms, which usually means that they don't own all of the rights to their music anymore.
You're signing your right. Yeah.
So
it's a pretty common thing of like most people who get contracts that are really lucrative.
Yeah.
Or not lucrative, but have a big payout. You're usually forfeiting your rights to whatever you made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and maybe like 50% on the or like less than that too. You know, not very much on the royalties after that. So.
Yeah.
And the thing about royalties is you have to be the one that chases after those and gets them enforced. So that's the other reason why record labels usually manage royalties and not individuals, because it's like individuals have a really hard time proving that somebody is using their music illegally.
But yeah, that makes sense.
So that's kind of the reason why I'm kind of like, I would rather just have a band that releases music and we all just divvy up the money, because it just gets too complicated to do something different.
That's fine with me if you guys all want to do that. I'm
I'm fine
either
with
way.
that. I mean, Sean is.
You're kind of the.
You definitely are doing more of the songwriting, so that's really kind of up to you. But I'm cool with that just for simplicity's sake.
Yeah, it's up to you, man.
How about we do?
I'm not gonna be bothered either way.
Okay, maybe I can do like some more research on like how, like once we're like, okay, let's have a official EP with a release date and stuff. You know, before we commit to anything, we'll just make sure we're all, cool with stuff. And I'll just try to figure out how that works out. I imagine we just have to like have like an account, like a PayPal account or a bank account or something like that like all the money goes into, and we just split it up, whatever it is.
Aqua funds.
The Aqua Fund, yeah.
Wizard cash. Wizard bucks. Whiz bucks. Aqua bucks.
So you guys all got my invite to
1,000 Aqua bucks.
You all got
spell bucks like ducks.
B-U-X.
Aqueducts.
B-U-X.
Like, dude, we have so many Aqua bucks. Oh my god. We are rich. And John's like, yeah, I just took all those bucks. I'm like, dude,
all your bucks.
Judas.
Well, actually, you guys still have all the bucks, but they've been devalued.
Dude, this Aqua buck is worth 1.00 American dollars. What am I supposed to do with that?
That's actually $1 is pretty good. Oh,
yeah,
$0.001.
One Aqua buck equals 1 penny.
Yeah,
US.
0.001.
Not quite as good.
Well,
not as impressive.
You need Aqua bucks to pay for microtransactions in the Aquawizard.
Yeah, we also have an Aqua cryptocurrency.
Yes.
There's like, I've heard of cryptocurrency schemes that have like multiple, like they're very transparent on how much of a scam it is. There's like multiple layers of like, you have to get this crypto egg so that you unlock the crypto coin that allows you to have the crypto token that, and I'm just like, people like, they really like, it's so that they can access those. Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, and it's like rare.
Yeah, the rarity aspect. A little bit of gambling in there too.
Mm-hmm.
You got a good scam cooking up. if you tick all those boxes, you got a scam stew cooking.
So yeah, we got the Aqua bucks, and that helps you unlock the Wiz coin.
Yeah. That helps unlock the American dollar token.
Yes.
But yeah, we should just make like a PayPal or a Venmo or whatever account that is called Aquabucks, and then
I would be shocked if we ended up getting actual Aquabucks. Like, dude, we're making Aquabucks. This is incredible.
Print out a bunch of like Monopoly money with a logo on it.
Yes.
You all get Aquabuck.
And then the stage guy's like, you got to clean that up.
And then like they come to our merch booth and they're like, can I buy your merch with Aquabucks? We're like, no, U.S. currency only.
Or Canadian.
Or Canadian. Like, really? None of this is like, this doesn't have value?
Those Aquabucks actually say IOU. Aquabucks. Those are not Aquabucks. Those are IOUs.
They're all IOUs. Well, great. Well, I'm very excited for the Aqua crypto. It's going to be great.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
Not sketchy at all.
No.
Definitely not a pump and dump scheme.
I trust
Very
it.
legitimate.
I just financed my house with it.
Really? Yeah, he did. I'm looking on my phone.
He really did it.
Holy shit.
He did it.
Dude, we have so many Aquabucks. They're real bucks. Just gonna cash that out.
Yeah, go ahead and cash that out.
Hey, Sean, you're gonna have some mortgage issues.
And we're all sticking together on this, guys, right? We're not cashing out early, nothing.
Yep.
Yes, all together.
No,
Okay.
all cashing out at the same time.
No?
Promise. Pinkies.
Pinkies. Bro, pinkies. Bro.
I aqua promise.
I got my aqua word. My whiz word.
You've got my word.
Aqua word, man.
It's our new crypto security hash.
Aqua Promise.
Aqua promise.
Aqua Promise hash.
It's very liquid. It's liquid assets.
It hashes code.
Liquid assets.
Random emoji.
Yeah.
It just hashes all codes at 80015. 800-815.
Yes.
135.
135. Yeah.
If I can say it right. It just changes any value to that. I mean,
it's extra secure.
Usually you're just typing it on a calculator.
Extra secure. Once it's hashed, it's gone because then they're all the same.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever figure that out. There's
Ultimate security.
Decrypt that.
Yeah.
You literally can't. It's a zero knowledge system. You take knowledge, you take information and turn it into boobies.
I'm going to write a program that does that.
Very lucrative.
Do it.
Yes.
Here, put your code in here and hash it. The boobies written with number.
I don't see a problem with this idea at all.
Nope. Sounds great.
So we got our software development division's going great.
Week.
Oh wait, what?
I had a one-on-one with my boss this week, and I was telling him that I have been testing a chat bot on accident on our little website that I made because like I was trying to test something for work and I needed like a live website to put the chat bot on. So I put it on. It was just really easy to just like put the little snippet of code on the
Aquawizard. Yeah.
And then I log into my demo account at work, and I'm like looking at the interactions that I've done to test things, and then I see these chat interactions with Sean talking to my chat bot for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, that's hilarious. It popped up in the history of interactions in my big organization.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna to both.
Can we just like make that cherry? Can that just be Terry?
That actually could probably be a thing. Like, I'm actually going to make it do really silly things eventually.
Nice.
There
I might do that tonight just for fun.
It's like people go to our website and they're like, have a question? Submit it. Like one of those pop-up things that like helps people. But it's just
Terry.
It just spirals into like stupidity.
Madness.
It's like, hi, I'm Terry.
Hey, I'm Terry. I'm here to help.
Ask me a question. And then
how do I buy an album?
And they all answer the same thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you were looking for?
It just like links to like different merchandise items to try to peddle our stuff. Were you looking for this wizard hat?
What's this?
No.
Oh. Did you want to be taken to our online store? Yes, no. Both answers take you to the online store.
Just funnel the traffic right to the store.
You do like silly things with like pictures and like, yeah. Basically, what it is it's a bot that knows nothing right now. So like, it has no idea. Like it's just barely configured to
It's a little baby
anything.
bot.
But eventually, I could make
so cute.
It understands people's intent, whether or not it matches something that's set up on the bot. So like it could get real silly.
Yeah.
Like I could set up it reading people's intent based on the question they ask to like read it as something completely different. Like, who is Aquawizard? Oh, here, let me run that search for you on Wikipedia. Or like, I don't know. Were you wanting to order a pizza?
Aqua pizza.
Yeah.
5 options in your. Oh,
it has to come with sardines.
I just thought it was hilarious that I like logged in and like, okay, what I was testing something. I didn't test my chatbot today.
I like the idea though of putting the chatbot on the Aquawizard site and just having it be a testing ground for it.
Yeah.
Well, it's so easy because the Aquawizard site just like lives as like a GitHub page, which is like a really easy way to like make a website live and then test it through GitHub.
Yeah.
So like I don't have to do like all the other junk.
Yeah. You should just put like a link to or something or embed our podcasts. Could you do that?
Could do that, yeah.
I got a playlist now, of the podcast.
A playlist of the podcast.
Yeah.
Both the YouTube and also the podcast like feed. You could do a thing with that.
Like a Spotify list of.
Oh yeah, they do that too. Yeah. Spotify.
I mean, my
list.
page is cool, but Sean's website, it actually has like the infrastructure to do things.
Yeah, I
Mine
can
is literally
insert
just
stuff.
HTML and CSS. There's no logic behind it doing anything other than displaying stuff.
It looks cool.
Yeah, for the minimalist infrastructure, it pays off.
Yeah.
I'm glad
Plus, we have all these new things you were making, like the Trident logos and all this stuff. We could totally throw some of that on there.
Yeah, I've just kind of been like throwing around, like just doing. So the context is I used to have an Adobe license through my previous job. So I know all like the Adobe Creative Suite really well. But now I have no reason to have a license through my new job. So I'm not paying $15 or $30 a month per app to use Adobe. So I'm trying to figure out how to use all these like open source, like free editors and stuff. So like that's kind of like what I'm actually doing is like I have no idea. Like things are similar, but they're different. And like making posters and stuff is kind of me trying to figure out the lay of the land.
Yeah. Yeah. They look good, man.
They do.
But open source stuff is actually way cooler than like Adobe products because you can customize everything, and people make extensions that are anyway. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. Might as well use like my $40,000 degree on something, right?
Yeah, dude. It's putting it to good use, I'd say.
Definitely.
Yeah, finally.
That is a very awesome strength that we have as a band that not every band has, right? Like that's super helpful.
Yeah.
Most people have to fucking pay somebody for that.
Yeah, we're just bypassing paying for all creative services.
Yeah. Yep. Same thing with the video stuff.
Yeah, dude. Video, graphic
like
design.
Thousands of dollars to get somebody to make videos normally.
Yeah, I'm just snapping over here.
I mean, that's...
Oh, speaking of videos, I know we already talked about videos, but I wanted to know if it was okay for me to share the silly video I made with the old version of No Shark Fins.
Oh, yeah. The No Shark... Yeah, dude.
Should I post that on the official Aquawizard YouTube?
Good.
Okay, I can do that.
If this is such an old recording, it was like before Aquawizard existed again. And you're the video guy.
Just put another subtitle, like old demo version or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just like the version that exists right now that sounds the closest to like an actual
recording.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll post that's like a demo, just as like a little tease to throw up there. Why not?
It accidentally lines up with the strange French movies that I put there.
Yeah, it's a good vibe. So
I was gonna say Andrew made a video of some Modest Mouse songs with old footage. Yeah, of like old sci-fi movies for Tiny Cities Made of Ashes. Made like a music video. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, I did that.
It's really good.
Yeah, I did one other one with like a this like old 1930s cowboy movie. And
for Cowboy Dan.
Cowboy Dan.
Yeah.
I tried to recut the movie to the song. Yeah, that's a lot of fun to do. Just finding a video that fits a good vibe for it. But yeah.
Sweet. I put it on my to-do list to post that YouTube video, and I'll post it to Discord and at you, Brad, when I do that.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Oh, speaking of website stuff, I noticed that aquawizard.band doesn't really work very well. Like, it's supposed to redirect, and it just kind of sits there and doesn't do anything. So I tried looking into... So I registered that through hover.com, and I need to look back at it again. But just for some reason, it's not forwarding. Oh, does it work for you?
Yeah.
Oh, so
it takes a minute. It's kind of weird how long it takes, but...
Yeah, for me, it sits there and it never loads. So
let's see what that delay is. I wonder if I can figure it out.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just such a whatever. I'm like, did I screw something up with the domain name registry?
The forwarding was always it took me forever to figure out let's see.
It worked for me. It went to your star P4B.
Yeah, the first time I did it took a second, but now it's working.
It doesn't go to Bandcamp. It goes to
star.
Yeah.
Or B home.
Okay.
Is it supposed to go to Bandcamp?
I thought I told it to go to Bandcamp.
It goes to the Aquawizard page.
Maybe
on the website.
You know what I did? I probably changed it. I thought I originally had it go to Bandcamp, and so this week I was trying to look into it because I was trying to load it and it wouldn't load, and I was like, maybe because I'm forwarding to a company website, they might have a way to block random forwards or something like that. I don't know. So maybe I'll just leave it like that for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
Sweet. Well, I'm glad that I resolved that. But that is, and I remind myself, for 1 year to have that domain name, it's like $34. So I'll probably just pay for that because it's not that big of a deal. But if we do have band money, that's the perfect thing to...
Aquabucks.
Yeah, I'll put Aquabucks.
Domain registrations, annual domain registration fees.
$30-something is somewhere around 2.4 million Aquabucks.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
I feel like Aquabucks is like rupees.
Sure.
Like it's around there, or like yen or something,
Yeah, you need a few 10,000 to...
The conversion to dollars is quite high.
Yeah.
The value is. Yeah.
It's like a yen is like a penny. Almost. Or maybe a couple pennies or a half penny. I don't know.
What are you calling me? Oh, wait. Okay. I've got to put some silliness in this if we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just talking business. I know we like to do Dobus, but can't always Dobus.
Is it Nobus or Dobus?
Exactly.
Well, we are Biz over Pod, so...
Biz over Pod.
So...
BOP.
BOP?
That's a bop.
Just bopping along?
That is a bop.
I've heard people...
All we do is make bops.
I think those are all the notes that I had for meeting this week. We're over the 90-minute mark of interestingness. So, does anybody have anything else?
Nice.
Sean, I did want to say I would probably say maybe holding off on posting the Coraline and Seahorse Around videos, only because I kind of made those as testers, because I wanted to. So my idea is when we do our EP, when we do our 4 songs, I'd like to record like in the basement those 4 songs live, like basically spending a whole weekend shooting multicam shoots with one camera, those 4 songs. But I was testing out that shoot with like the GoPro and just what the light looked like, and the other one's going to look similar but better.
Yeah.
And I would probably just hold off on that, like, for now, until we have like a good version of that.
Cool.
Because we want to make Mark's basement like look like a not as basement-y, maybe more like
I would also
Christmas lights or something,
Mm-hmm.
I would very like to behave as if I am being recorded on video while we're playing.
Yeah.
I'm really self-conscious about the video on those.
That's cool. I'm actually the video.
It's just I wasn't acting like I was on video. I was just like.
Yeah. Well, and also the version that I want to do. So I have a tripod now, so I'll be getting like dedicated good close-ups. Like everyone's gonna have a cool shot. Like that's the idea.
That'll be cool.
But we can get into like that production thing some other time. But I've got a layout of how we could do it. But I would probably just hold off on posting that stuff because it sounds like we're close to maybe recording this EP at some point. Maybe we could record that sometime. Like I don't know, this year. I think if we could do it sometime this year, that'd be pretty cool. I think like posting a live. That 4-song, a live version and a nice produced version, those would go well together. Like, hey, here's our nice produced ones, and here's like a live version of us playing it. That's like a multicam shoot.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that would really like go like be a good packaged thing together.
I agree.
I think that'll look really cool.
Good multimedia.
How to make it look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like 2 different things, but they're the Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's how I'm trying to think of it like that, because KEXP and like from the basement, they do like a little like bits like that. So I'm trying to see what the limitations are in the basement to make it look more professional. But
yeah,
I think we're getting there. I got some ideas. So
yeah,
that's all. That's all I had outside of that. I don't have anything.
Well, speaking of that, is there? I know when we were doing Brown, Sean, we could get hours in the studio area.
True.
At Ball State, which basically is exactly like what they use for like KEXP and like Audio Tree Live and stuff.
That's something I always kind of think
That's
about.
An idea, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Good idea.
Would we be able to have dedicated all day, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday in there, like time slots,
like an all weekend, all day thing?
I'm just saying is that it will take the whole weekend to shoot,
right?
Because I have basically the idea is I have one camera, and we'll need to shoot 4 to 5 takes per song once we record the good take. So we could be playing until we get the good take. We could be playing, over and over again. But
understood.
I'm thinking it should take the whole weekend to shoot those songs. But if we were able to block out that time, Ball State, that would look cool. I mean,
that's
nice,
true.
Like, professional looking thing that would look great too.
Yeah.
As long as we can get the time, that's what I'm most concerned about. Just setting up the shots. Playing where we would be playing to the things, like your vocals would get recorded first, but it'd be like a movie, setting up movie scenes every shot. But if you guys think we could get that Ball State time, that would look very nice.
Yeah, the thing about that is back when things were a little, I don't know, it's maybe possible.
It was probably more loosey-goosey back then.
It was definitely, yeah. And it's for my own sanity. It's good that things are getting tightened up in some ways at work. Because it just drives people crazy. Like, oh, I thought you were going to have the studio, and why is there randomly stuff in here? And, like, and also we have like a new GM who's like, we need to be making money, so stop doing shit that doesn't, pay off. And so we need like professional productions in here. But on the flip side of that is like, maybe they would want to do like an actual legit, like, hey, you're an Indiana musician, come in and do your thing, but maybe do an interview with us and let us air and use some of the video so that we can promote how awesome our local radio or TV station is, or do a TV segment. I don't know. I could see it snowballing into a much larger thing that you probably don't want to have to deal with. But that's just kind of maybe the reality of like, maybe, nowadays, I think maybe we could just take over the studio on a weekend and make it work. But they actually are using the studio that I have access to. They're actually using it for TV productions. So I think they might notice now if like this other TV production is in there, and, or they never really see student projects, and this isn't really a student project, but they never really like see projects that they don't have anything to do with. But if they did, they would be like, that looks,
what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like,
and
nothing, just taking pictures.
And if I want to move up to the next job class, and I gotta maybe, I don't know.
Well, look, Mark's basement, Mark and I have talked about ways to make it work down there too. So I've always planned on shooting in Mark's basement. So
we talked too about Sean's basement, maybe. Like,
your basement, maybe. I haven't
quite a bit bigger than mine, at least.
It's larger. It would need to be like set, maybe like staged a little bit better, because I just have like a bunch of cardboard boxes.
Yeah, we would have to. I was telling Mark, like, we'll need like black,
empty, right? Like,
it is
there's
empty.
Not a lot down there.
No.
So like that means it's easier to like
stressed.
do things with.
Yeah.
Like a basement that's already like set up in a specific way.
I would like to play in Sean's basement first to see, like, bring my camera and do what not do exactly to the level that we did in Mark's basement, but before I shot that Aquawizard stuff, I did test shoots of just like, here's how far Mark is from Sean and Brad and camera placements. So if we played at your house at some point, I would do a test shoot just to see, like, oh yeah, Sean's is actually, we can pull this off. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Use my basement, but
it's a little
scary dungeon from the Aqua dungeon.
It is a little dungeony.
Also, I don't trust any of that down there.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, there's some options. I mean, once we get close to it, we can start talking more about like exactly where. But as long as we have a full weekend to play those 4 songs,
enough time to actually do it and not like half-ass it, right?
Right.
And
like, we're gonna need good takes, and it's gonna be a thing. Like, we're all gonna be tired and annoyed at the end of the weekend.
Yeah,
but that will be a good sign.
Yeah.
We're going to get too much footage, and that will be good. So I'll have plenty to cut from, and then I'll just be spending, I don't even know how many hours cutting it up, but it'll look cool.
Weeks, months.
Hopefully not months, but
yeah.
I'm excited to, like, hopefully it will look cool, but it'll be a fun thing to snip up. But anyway, we can talk more about, as we get closer to doing that.
For real.
Picking out weekends and stuff.
Maybe we
thing I had was,
yeah, good.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say the only thing I had was we talked earlier about the washed out, like just having like a change sometime, like in the chorus or something.
Oh, yeah.
It shifts into something because it's very like the same.
Yeah. Sean, would you be okay? Yeah, that's right. Would you? Okay, so for washed up, this is an idea that we had, and I don't know how to. I wouldn't know how to do this, but would you be able to somehow write a very like catchy 90s rock pop riff, like chorus, like a Weezer chorus, like
okay,
it's kind of like talking through the verses and singing and like big in the chorus, and then it goes back to being kind of quiet, and then it goes back to like a big fun, like a big change. Like the chorus is just a big, like it's a explosion,
like a big loud power chord.
Yeah, it's like fun and like
not complex.
But then we go down to like Brad's palm muting like verses where it's like going back to like, chill. I don't know. That's the best I can say. I'm not giving you a lot, but
no, what do you the question I have is there's like the verses and then you have a part where you're going, I'm washed up. I'm washed up. Would you want to keep that as sort of like maybe a pre-chorus, and then it goes into like and baby I'm washed up and I'm singing a bigger chorus, babe.
Yeah. Oh, if you could make that like build up to that part that's really big, like maybe the pre-chorus is starting to build. Maybe it's Mark's like, and Mark's like drumming, like kind of building up.
Yeah.
And then it's got a bigger
That could be one. That's the obvious one right there. Is like big chorus. You play this chord next, and then you don't quite get to the end, and then you maybe change it up and do a different note.
You could do
boom.
Totally
I just read
different chords. You could do totally different. I don't know, different stuff. It's just an idea, but yeah, Mark and I were talking about like how do we make that? How do we add more contrast? Because I think that would be like make it more fun if it's got this like chill part and then fun part, back chill, then a jam at the end or something like that. I think that would be a cool. But dude, yeah, I mean, I do whatever you want on that.
Okay.
Like,
There's a song that, let me see if it, there's a song that reminds me of the vibe that I had in my head from EC. Has anybody ever heard of Diarrhea Planet?
I have.
Oh, I don't think so.
No,
Let me see if I'm right, because I'm pretty sure this is what I'm thinking. Where is?
Yeah. If are you sharing the song somewhere?
I will.
Okay. I could check that out. Off pod.
The vibe is where I'll just put it in general. It's warm riding by Diarrhea Planet.
Okay. Knuckle puck is what I saw in the chat.
nice.
Wrong chat. Okay. Warm riding. Such a great name for that band. Putting it in my notes.
I mean, it's a good ass song.
Diarrhea Planet.
A good ass song.
But
Yeah.
it's the same, kind of the same vibe.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
Yeah. I'll see if I can come up with a better chorus.
Yeah, you better come up with a better chorus.
Yeah, it better be fucking amazing, Sean.
Okay. I might play
Well,
this chord. Oops. Well, now it doesn't sound right. All right, I'll figure it out. Give me some music to do.
Mess around, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you come up with.
Get weird with it.
Yeah, get weird. Yeah, get weird and goofy with it.
All right, weird and goofy.
I might also try my hand at that.
Yeah, Brad, you too.
Yeah.
Weird and goofy.
On Sean level, but
Just
Well,
start
Well,
cooking up stuff.
you can kind of come in on like a perpendicular angle and just kind of have a new perspective, or you can come in at a diagonal. It's all good, or parallel.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's lots of different angles.
That's true.
Sweet. Well, we got a lot of good work to do, but I think. Oh, what did you say?
I stuck I have Walter in my office, and I forgot that he was here, and then I put my foot down under my desk, and I got like a squishy cat feeling. And he's just like, "Yeah, keep doing that. It's kind of like you petting me, but it's not."
Getting good squishes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good squishes.
Well, to conclude our podcast meeting for the evening, I thought I would just recap. I think those 4 songs that Andrew mentioned to focus on for the EP, those are solid. I don't think we really need to debate too much, unless we want to, but Seahorse Around, Coraline, Peppermint Wind, and No Sharks.
Right. I like that video. Obviously.
I mean, those are kind of the ones I was thinking of anyway. So like, we have a mind link.
Yeah.
Here, I think.
Get on the mind link. And we'll just kind of sit and let the other songs stew, and we'll keep working on ideas, and I will post Brad's music video to YouTube as kind of a little teaser. Post some podcasts. Right.
John, I'll send a template.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'll send that I've got a note. I'll send that to the Discord once I have a template thing and start doing that. So
sweet. I will include your template for this podcast whenever I feel like it. I'll probably deliver the audio podcast first, because that's just like, I make sure the levels are good, and I'm like, okay, whatever, and then slap it up. Actually, I was listening to the older podcasts, and I didn't really filter a lot of the rumble out like I said that I would. So they're kind of rumbly, but oh well.
that's okay.
But
fine.
But yeah, I'll post this audio, and then whenever I can mix in the video, and yeah, that's right. We'll all be like, yeah, that template looks good, or no, that looks like should do this.
Everyone's like, I like that template. I'll put like a 10-minute section on like a Google Drive folder. I'll make like under Aquawizard Films, I'll make like a podcast samples, and I'll just say like you'll basically see episode 9 will be a 10-minute video clip, and you can download it and then just copy it and then pretty much export it out. So
sweet.
Like if you have any issues with it at all, like we'll figure it out as we go, but that's the initial plan we can do and see how it goes.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Sweet.
All right. Sounds good. Anything else for the good of the Aquawizard?
I think I got all my Aquawizard juice out. I think it's all out there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real sticky.
Squeezed.
Real.
Well, sweet.
Hope you got leftovers. a funny thing to say to that. Hope you got leftovers. I don't know.
Oh, I got leftovers.
I got reserves in the tank. Don't you worry.
I've heard that one before.
Cool. Well, I'm going to stop recording. Thanks, everyone, for listening to our Discord meeting and our podcast on our Discord meeting, in which we sat around and just talked about some Aquawizard stuff because it's your favorite band ever. And Megan has been begging for more podcast content. Here we go. We never said that we would be funny all the time, but
Now we are.
But you know,
that's what you asked for.
That's what happens when you pod over biz, or your biz over pod.
Biz over pod.
Yeah.
Bop. We're bopping.
Just a bit bopping. Bit bopping, peep popping. You guys can't pop your peas without a microphone.
I know.
Yeah.
I just love peep popping, man.
Oh, Brad can pop his peas.
Well, that depends. Can you go fuck yourself?
Well done.
Well done. Well done.
Oh my gosh.
Just fucking push my grunt button.
Yes.
I love the emoticon for the, can you go fuck yourself?
Yeah. Shut up!
Oh, getting a little violent.
Great job.
Indeed.
Indeed.
All right. Well, this podcast it's like 2 hours long. Damn. We did it, guys. There's another 2 hour long extravaganza. Or it's more like
do what you got to do.
Hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But great.
Deal with it.
This video is going to take this video is going to take like 20 hours to upload. But
The shorter the podcast, the faster the exports.
Yeah.
We got to cut this down.
Yeah.
You got to trim the fat then.
You did parts 1 and 2. Parts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Parts 1 and 2. Yeah.
Maybe I just need to stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Just cut it down. You have control.
Yeah, but then you have to do work to edit it down.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
true.
know, man.
Oh well.
Just let it upload overnight.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to sign off because I need to eat dinner and go to sleep. So, bye, y'all.
Cool.
All right,
man.
See you guys.
Take care.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.
Yo, bye.